You are currently looking at the second floor of the convention center. This is just outside of the ballroom. We are about 98% complete up here. There's just some few remaining details left to put in. They basically completely gutted it. As we talked about in previous videos, we removed the escalators that came up to this level and put stairs in, which allowed us to kind of open things up a little bit more. We stripped out the ceilings, the lighting, carpeting, all of the finishes. We also put in digital signage around the facility, continued that throughout the facility. We painted walls. We added some of the wood paneling that was seen in other parts of the facility. We added that paneling to really raise the level of this space. Previously, this space was mainly just larger meeting rooms, and we converted it to become a ballroom. You see a lot of the same touches throughout this space as we did on the first floor, including the kind of the enhanced entry to each room with the white glossy panels around it. We also incorporated some of the same carpeting concepts in this space as we did on the first floor, but we added a little touch with blue to create kind of walkways and guide you to each room as well. We also added on each end, painted those the blue accent color, and we increased the size and readability of the signage to help guide people to the spaces. In this space, this is what we turned into our ballroom. You see a lot of the same touches you've seen throughout the facility. We've got the colored accent lighting around the ceiling, like what you see in the exhibit hall. We've got some of those same linear lights in the ceiling to kind of add a little bit of touch, a different touch to this room. Created the soffits as well around the rooms to kind of accent and break up that ceiling. So it was kind of created some variety to the ceiling and again add some warmth through the wood look that's there and again elevate the experience. In this space, we also brought some of that same wood paneling and that white glossy laminate paneling. The carpet is a completely different carpet in this space. We chose to go with a little bit different pattern so that it would offset this. It was a little bit bolder. We also added several, I believe it's 6 of these stripes throughout to help. They're kind of at a random pattern and run through the room to help break up that look a little bit and again kind of create a different feel than just broad expanses of one thing. Like the hallway outside, this space is also about 98% done. We still have a few touch-ups to do, but nothing prevents us from actually using the space. On this end, in these rooms, there used to be a closet there in each of the 2 rooms that's currently open as one big one now, but there was a closet there that was kind of not very useful. And so we took that closet out and added a counter and some cabinetry there and some lighting that allows us to create a kind of a fixed location for hospitality items during a meeting. Currently, we are looking at the Skywalk. The Skywalk is still very much a work in progress. What we've done up here is basically knocked the wall out of the building. To the left-hand side, there's a set of windows that look over into the atrium that was constructed as part of the addition. Straight ahead is a set of windows that look out to the street that's kind of at an angle. It's hard to see from this view, but it's at an angle. Originally it was a 90-degree turn on the wall, but this actually angles out, so it kind of creates a little bit more openness and a little more welcoming feel as you enter the space so that you don't feel like you're going into a back hallway like what the Skywalk originally felt like when you entered the convention center. Currently, we are waiting on the elevator to be installed, which is actually going to begin very, very soon. Once that elevator is installed, just got to put the ceiling in, the lighting, connect the rest of the sprinklers and all of the air duct stuff to the diffusers in the ceiling to finish the space off and install the carpeting, and then the Skywalk will be reopened for use to access the building. We are now in the addition portion. Basically everywhere in the convention center that was exterior but was covered got enclosed as part of this project, and then we added a little bit more as well. Right here we've got what was one of the original entrances to the building that is now just basically a hallway. What we had to do as part of this project, because of the change in size of the building, was create a separation between the new portions and the old portion for code reasons. What they're doing is right now they're installing electrically driven accordion door that is tied to the fire alarm, So if the fire alarm triggers, this accordion door closes and creates a fire barrier between the new and the old. The space right now, it looks very unfinished, but in all honesty, we're just days away from finish. We're getting some of the inspections done here in the next day or two, and we'll start dropping ceiling tiles in, we'll start cleaning things up. Before you know it, we'll be done. This is our new atrium area. It is nearly done with the painting. In here, this is a 2-story atrium, and we'll have a really cool lighting feature that hangs down from the ceiling in here. This area will be carpeted. The rest of the floor is the concrete, but this area will be carpeted to help reduce the echoing. Eventually have some furnishings in here to make this look like a lounge area. And when you don't have plastic covering the windows, it creates a nice view out to the corner of 4th and Commercial Street. Windows to the Skywalk that I pointed out earlier. This is located right at what we now consider to be the main entrance to the convention center. So when you first approach the convention center from the exterior, the corner of 4th and Commercial is now our main entrance. And you'll see how that's highlighted with this 2-story atrium, kind of the way the design works out. You'll see large lighted letters that spell out Waterloo on the elevator area. Kind of across the roof line of this atrium area, you'll see the words Convention Center. Right here, we've got some of that same wood paneling that you see throughout other parts of the facility. A couple of these metal strips will have some of that same lighting that you saw in the lobby, and kind of in the center of the lobby as well, to kind of give a little bit of an accent to this. But the difference on these is that since you can see them from the outside, we wanted to kind of create a cool effect. They'll be color changing, so they'll have a red, green, blue LEDs within them, and we can mix those to create just about any color we want with those strips. This area here used to kind of be enclosed. The opening here in the wall was actually the exterior wall of the building originally. We've opened that up, and then there used to be a storefront, windows and door on the other opening, but it was kind of unnecessary to have that there. It was just kind of awkward. Part of the design, we decided to open this up as much as we could to kind of create a little bonus nook. This is actually now windows that will look into meeting room 3, and then a set of doors that will be that can be a new entrance to it. So it gives us some options of how to funnel people through or create different flow patterns for those meeting rooms. It'll help us bring in some natural daylight and open the space up a little bit more by having the windows there. Hopefully soon we'll be starting to renovate the outdoor plaza area into a beautiful space for the community and for people who are coming downtown. Part of when we renamed the facility, we named the grounds that the facility sits on as Sullivan Brothers Plaza to memorialize the 5 Sullivan brothers. And as part of this renovation out here, we're creating a memorial for the brothers and also to those who serve. That's the centerpiece of the plaza redesign, but we're also going to create a little bit of green space and some nice seating areas and create kind of like a park-like area and just enhance the look of this block.